Okay. So what Wise Coach Club wanted to do this week, or this month actually coming up, is to focus on writing a grief and loss program. We just finished a friendship program. We did a little bit about addiction, and this is our next big program. And we generally get these done in a maybe 4 to 6 weeks. But I thought we would start kind of playing with it. Do you guys do a lot of grief and loss? I know you've probably had clients that have suffered from grief.
Oh, yes. And right now, it's us. I mean, we've lost 3 therapy horses in the last 6 months, and a couple of cats and a dog, multiple chickens. And so we're all still in grief and trauma over here.
Oh, geez, that's rough. That's
Yeah,
rough.
it's very rough. And they were long time, 17-year therapy horses with us. So
that's so
and
hard.
you know
when
how long it takes to get them trained to the abilities that they have when they've been in a program for that long.
Right. And they're hard to replace.
They are
and of
very,
course you
very
can't replace them in
odd.
your
Yes.
hearts, for
Yes,
sure.
of course. I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
And yes.
Oh.
And so, other people who are non-horse people, they say things like, oh, well, you'll just get new ones.
Yeah.
And
It's not
like,
that easy. Yeah.
It is not easy. And they were all in their own particular ways, all very different, all serve different purposes. And I said, it's not that simple. And, our hearts are, yes, we know they're galloping around in green pastures, pain-free and all that wonderful, good stuff. And we're the ones left. And yes, we know that grief is the price we pay for loving them so much. But
it ends up sounding so trite, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
And yet there isn't a day that goes by that all of us aren't, sobbing and needing a shoulder for one another, and we take turns on who's crying the most that day.
So when did this happen? Did you say within a week's time?
No, within the last 6 months.
Oh gosh, that's rough.
Yeah,
that is rough.
And Alexis's mother-in-law in there too, and so it's just been honestly much.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. And, this actually gives us time to talk about, because it just naturally came up, how here we are trying to create programs and really support our clients with a program like this to support them through their losses. And we're going through similar things.
Right.
That adds a whole nother layer to what we're trying to accomplish. How do you handle that?
Well, we're not doing well with it, honestly. We've stopped right now. We're not, as I mentioned last week, and I'm committed on Tuesdays at this moment in time, so I can't come to the Tuesday on your Tuesday. So we just, since Valentine's Day, we've just stopped with all programs. And then we had the hail damage, and now everything, the bonds, the indoor arenas, everything's being ripped off, and we've decided it's the perfect time, since that's all happening. We might as well do a little bit of remodeling while we're in the midst of having all these workers here and everything being in chaos. So we haven't brought in the next batch of thoroughbreds to assess whether they'll just get reschooled and find a different career, or whether they'll be in the therapy program. So that we have just spoken with our contractors, and hopefully we'll be able to bring some new horses in by the end of, we still have several here, but they are not in the therapy program. So we don't want the therapy participants to need more therapy after working with them, if you know what I mean.
After working with these horses.
Yes. Yeah. So they are not in the therapy program. So
see, that's they're not that's another thing we can talk about one of these weeks, what makes a good therapy horse. And certainly not needing more therapy after you work with them is
Yes.
probably a key factor
That is
there.
a very blatant, glaring red flag. You know?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, yes.
Um, okay. So,
So, yeah, we're just working on our own grief, and we all, always look at each other and we go, gosh, we wish these particular three were still here because they
mm,
were our therapists as well. Besides
oh,
the
for
participants,
sure.
they just did so much for us.
I think that's true of all of us. I mean, anyone who really gets into this field does so because a horse has made a big difference in their lives,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I think all of us here feel that way. Like each of us have different stories of how horses have saved our lives in
Mm.
whatever, emotionally, mentally, etc. They're just such magnificent beings,
Oh, they are. They sure are. Um, when you think about, what's going to happen at your program, say in, a few months when you guys feel like you have the horses together for the program and you kind of are revamping things now. Do you think you'll continue to serve in the area of grief and loss? Um,
Well, I think yes, and that is something that we have always done. And yes, do we have a specific program like here's your 8-week grief and loss program? No, we don't have that.
okay.
Um, uh,
Well,
would
if
it
you join us, you will, because
would
that's
it
what
be
we're going to be creating right in
right?
the next month. Yeah.
And
Yep.
would it be a good thing? Probably, because it seems like everyone is having such grief and loss, be it animals, be it family members. And we touched on this last week, how we just see how many people are just so incredibly challenged that they need to reconnect and have a little joy in their life.
Oh,
You
for
know,
sure.
because life
For
just seems
sure.
really hard. It just seems to be an extended season of hardness and loss for everyone.
Most everyone.
Most everyone.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Um,
So I do have a question.
oh yes,
Is
please.
it, is it okay to ask some questions?
Yes, anytime.
So, so joining, what I don't really, again, I just stumbled over your
Over our,
your
yeah.
thing last week, apparently, because you thought I was Alexis. So it would have been one of those things. I asked Alexis about it. I said, gosh, I'm sorry I was a little late getting back here today because I just stumbled over something on the email. I was going through some emails for the supplement company and I just stumbled over something and I clicked on it. The next thing I knew, I was on this, webinar. And, I was like, oh gosh, I didn't want to hang up. But then it became very interesting. And you
Good,
just
good.
and I'm looking forward to coming back next week.
Oh,
So she was
good.
like, oh yes, I must have signed up for it. I don't remember that I did, but I did. I did, especially if she called you by my name. She must have known me. So I must have done something. So
Oh, that's so funny. So we have a club that is all about providing resources for your practices. We write these curriculums together, and this call is just about kind of framing it up and talking a little bit about pain points and different types of grief that and how we can serve our clients with that. But I send free activities and worksheets and evaluations that you can use with your people um, to you every month. So that's what that is. It's only $35. It's fun. And it's really all about, designing curriculum that you can use and you get free stuff too with your clients.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's $35 a month. And
Yes.
so then these calls are included and then
Well,
um
this call that you're on is free.
oh,
This one
okay.
is free, and the ones that were actually part of the call were actually working on putting together horse sessions. So we'll take this program that I'm kind of starting to frame up right now on this call, this free call, and then we'll create horse sessions to support the clientele. Yeah, so that's kind of how we run the club. I send free worksheets, evaluations, and things like that to the club members, and we have our own online course that all of these things are in. And we also every month or 6 weeks, if it takes a little longer to finish something, you get a new I think they've all been 6 or 7 weeks so far, programs that are ready to use with your clients.
Wow, so this course, the club, then if I heard you correctly, in the process of the 6 to 7 weeks, each 6-7 week program, again, for lack of a better word, designs the new program like this one, Grief and Loss.
Yes.
And so
we just finished the friendship program about a little girl. And we actually even named her Darcy, and we'll do something similar with this one. So I call it Darcy's story. She came to us to get help from the horses because she had her chief complaint, as we call it, was she had no friends. She had trouble making friends. So we created a friendship program within the club, and we came up with, I think that program is 7 weeks. I'm going to show you so you can get an idea of what it looks like, because it's right in here somewhere.
And what program are you using for all this graphics?
Oh, this is Canva.
Canva, okay.
Yeah, yep. I love Canva. It has so much in it, as you can see, because I'm sharing my screen as I find this.
Yes, no, that's lovely.
Yeah, and I am totally just not organized right now, so you can see all kinds of garbage in here.
Oh no, okay. You're an artist. You're lots of works in progress.
This is very true. I am very much a creative mind here. Can you see Darcy's story?
I can, yes.
Okay, so Darcy's story.
Those are nice graphics.
Isn't it pretty? Nice. Yeah.
Yes, very, very.
This is Darcy, and I'm going to make her a little smaller so you can see everything. And so we came up with this client. I had put this picture up here, and I had told everyone, we have this little girl, and she's saying that, her biggest complaint and challenge right now is she has no real friends. So we named her Darcy. We decided we were going to build a program around her needs and, of course, to support other people. We said she looks about 7 because I had found this picture in Canva. So it's not a real client. This is all fictional. And we came up with the objectives.
And they let you use all these, excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt. Our camera's not working, and so I can't raise my hand.
It is not a problem. Not a problem. Yes, all of these pictures and photos they do have free ones. I have the professional account because I use this so often, but they do have free ones, and it's Canva. I use it all the time for social media and posts and a lot and things like this. So what you saw me doing before, I was starting to frame up the grief and loss one, and it will look similar to this when we're done. We'll come up with our program or our goal. And one of the things that we want to figure out for the grief and loss program is, what is our promise to our client? What do they get out of the program, right? We call this sometimes an I help statement.
Right, like we did last week. That's what we did last week.
Exactly. Yes. So yes. In academia, it's a program outcome. But if it's an I help statement, it would be, I help young children explore friendship, and attention will be placed on connecting and communicating with others. And from there, it really developed the other members of the members of the club. They wanted to make sure the kids had fun together. They wanted to explore emotions with the horses and other kids. They wanted to learn to trust themselves and others. They wanted to explore problem solving and critical thinking. They wanted to talk and learn about differences and celebrate differences. And they thought boundaries was also really important aspect to learn in friendship. So these became some of the things that we wanted to focus on and make sure that we incorporated in this program. So together, we worked together, and it was a kind of a working session. Each of our meetings is kind of like that, a little like ours have been in here too. We come up with an idea of what we want to do with the horses. And you see here, we have herd observation, we have all kinds of things. And then we even have like a craft, and we have some homework. And we came up with all of these sessions to do with your horses. I came up with some of these activities and coaching questions. I came up with those and added those in there for them. I made this little worksheet exploring feelings in the herd, asking them to find a silly horse, find a happy horse, find a confused horse. They're probably not going to find a confused horse or one that's dancing, but, exploring emotions. That was one of the key things we said we were going to do. So we did this, and then we came up with some pictures, and we wanted to see if they could identify, some of the horse emotions in these pictures.
This is brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's so fun. So we have all kinds of pictures in this activity to use. So you could use that activity either with horses or without, like on a rainy day kind of thing. And then we have body mind awareness, exploration of senses. Focus would be mindfulness, personal connection, and calm. So we have this little boundary scavenger hunt. Different things, because we thought it was really important to make sure that we talked about boundaries.
Sure.
Yeah, so we
can. So many entitled young children don't seem to understand what the definition of that word is.
Right.
Yes.
And the opposite, the kids that will do anything to keep a friend, no matter if it's good for them or not.
Right.
Yeah, so I give you coaching questions. What we do is we kind of frame up what the club wants. We do as much together as we can. And then I take inspiration from them and what they want, and I finish the program for them and write it all up.
And so then again, I'm sorry, I apologize.
No.
I'm feeling enthusiastic right now today, so I keep cutting you off because I'm
good. No, I am happy to answer any questions you have.
So let's say there's, say there's 100 people in the club. So then we all work on this. And then at the end of the 7 weeks, whatever it is, can each person's group in the club use this exact format?
Oh, for sure. They will have this whole thing to print out. They can access it on the app, even if they want to just look at it from their phone. But you can print it out and use it. All of these resources are here for you to use with your clients. That's the whole purpose. And I was telling you, I created I did this little guy, just after kind of a reflective activity. If you took a picture of the kids with their favorite horse, and then they could fill this out. And I also did a full evaluation of your services, so you can get testimonials, and you can get information to, further improve your program.
Sure.
So yeah, yeah. But
Like a Yelp Google review.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And you can use that in your social media too. Um, but all of these programs, when we're done, are yours. You are basically paying for them in your membership. Yeah.
So then, like, right, you probably can't see my cursor, but where it says Wise Life Coaching Academy, does each person's equine organization go there? Does
Oh, that's me.
No, I
That's
know that's you. I know that's you. But when it becomes each organization's program, does it still say Wise Life Coaching, or does it
Oh,
say,
I see what you mean.
you know,
You can
Peace
kind
Be
of
Still
think
Ranch?
of
Or
this as like if you were to buy curriculum, and use it in your program, that's kind of what this is. So it's not really, it's it's still our intellectual property, but you have bought, like, you have a license to use it, kind of thing.
right.
Yeah. But I do have
So
some
we
things that you can change, like this. um let's see, the one that has the evaluation, you can label um anything you're giving to your client. You can definitely label as your own. Actually, I don't think I have our name on this one at all. But this
Mhm.
is just like a PDF that you can print off and use however you want. And I do have more things that are like that, like worksheets for your clients. And yeah, the only thing you can't really do with this is sell it. But you can
Fine.
definitely use it for any of your clients' needs. And we create a new one every 4 to 6 weeks is
So
what it's,
then,
yeah.
so then I'm still trying to wrap my head around all the details.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so then we join the club, and so then we work on all of this together, except we're going to be doing the grief and loss one. And then at the end, it'll look in this lovely format. It'll have everything that's here, but in relationship, the questions will be more pertinent to the grief and loss. Okay.
Right,
So
right.
then can we take this and then print it all out for the client, put this on the website and say, we're now offering
Oh, for
this
sure.
cost this time.
Yeah, you can take this, and you could call your client, your program, whatever you want it to be. This one, we had named it Connection, Confidence, Communication, and Calm. That's kind of what they wanted to name it. But you could
No, I
name
think
it
all of that's
anything you
wonderful. I
wanted.
think all of that's wonderful. It's just the branding thing with the name of the organization, because why would, the Equine Sanctuary and Peace Be Still Ranch be using Wise Life Academy and Wisdom Ranch program?
Oh, for sure. No, you can totally use this program. You can even say that it is, in your, if you actually, I never even thought of this, but I could come up with a social media thing for you to announce it on your own social media and give you a link so you could just pop um your social media and picture and name in it. You know what I mean? Like, let's see here. um, let's see. I think it might be easier with the picture. So I could create something like this. And let's say, and this is, I'm just the first thing I saw because I used it earlier today. But we could say something like, um, what's the name of your rescue? Just to give
The
you an idea.
Equine Sanctuary. And then we also have and Peace Be Still Ranch. The Peace Be Still Ranch is for the cats, the dogs, the minis, the chickens, the birds, the bunnies, the everything else. So we kind of do the equinesanctuary.org and then and with an ampersand and Peace Be Still Ranch.
Okay.
And by the way, it was very serendipitous because the Equine Sanctuary logo uses a horseshoe.
Oh, does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh, the universe is funny like that, right?
It is. It is.
So I could, and actually this is a great idea, so I thank you for asking this. I could create something that you could use, like you'd use my link into Canva and it would let you brand this, for instance, and then we could put in here whatever the program name is, you know. So we've only been doing this club for 2 months, I think. 2 3 months, so it's still really evolving. um let's see, so we could say program name here. um so like we could do something like this where we just make it so you can actually brand it and use this. Do you think you would do that though? Do you think you would
The way where I sit right now is all of us between the grief and we're so burnt out, but I think all of us would like to do something with
yeah,
like the minis and the kitties and the dogs. And I think the kids program sounds lovely, especially in summertime, when the kids are out of school and their parents are all looking for something for them to
for
do.
so yes, for sure.
Please, can I give you my child for at least an afternoon? Please, I'll pay you for that even,
Right, right.
Yes, I'm looking at this program going, gosh, can we just put our name on it and join the club and can be
Oh
using the
yeah.
program?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. That is definitely something you could do. That, you're offering this program to your clients. That's what the club is all about. You've given me some ideas though of things to add to my curriculum here, so that's super cool. Um yeah, so we can add that too, and I'll just play with that, and you could take this. It won't be the same thing because this isn't really in the format of a social media post or, something like that. But I can add that so you can just, when I go up to share up here, this is actually going to be a very helpful video for everyone. Do you see where it says anyone with a link can
Yes,
view?
yes.
I can make it anyone with a link can edit. Um, and then I would just copy the link and give it to you so you could change, this material in here. Or you could just download it as this might be better. Download it to your computer and well, I don't know, you can't really change it in your computer, so you'd probably want to change it in here. Um,
We're redoing our supplement site and the gal does have Canva. So
oh, perfect.
she might be able to manipulate whatever, as well.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I think would happen if we did share a link like this with the club, which, is just that if someone else came in here, you might see their branding before they download it. You know what I mean? And
Got
then
it.
you just change it and download
Right,
yours. Yeah.
right,
So I'm not sure.
right.
I'll have to ask my more tech savvy VA if there's another way to do that. But I love that idea. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we'll have a similar program for the grief and loss program. We'll probably come up with an inspiration of some sort. We'll talk about what kind of grief do we want to address in this program. Is it going to be death? Is it going to be other life circumstances? Because there are so many different things that people can grieve about, right? It
Sure.
doesn't have to be death. It can be loss of loss of work. It could be so many things. So yeah, we'll just have to kind of see what everyone wants to do. But retirement, loss,
Mhm.
stopping working, retiring or being forced to retire, as some people, have had that experience. Um,
And I think
yeah,
loss of health. I was
loss of
seeing,
health.
in our supplement company, we're seeing a lot of people who have been given some chat, as they get older, or even young, it doesn't matter, but just diagnoses of really difficult things that are making people sort of look at and reevaluate. Wow, I won't be able to do what I love, whatever that is, fill in the blank. I can't
Right.
ride horses anymore. I can't, go golfing. I can't ski. I've been given this diagnosis and I can't do this. Or they've had an accident and then they realize, wow, I used to be an elite level athlete and now I'm in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely true. So what the club's going to decide in on our next call, we meet for this work every other Saturday at 1 right now is when we've been working on that. And I
So
believe,
every other Saturday at
yeah.
1 your time, and we're out in mountain time. So that's 11. So it's again,
Oh,
you
okay,
like
but yeah,
we're 11s.
yeah,
Okay.
you're 11.
11.
Yeah. So we'll
Okay.
decide what kind of loss, what kind of grief, or do we want to create something that we could use for any kind of loss and grief. And we can do that too. Um, we'll come up with kind of a framework. I'll get a good idea of what they want, and then I will create it for them the rest of the way. And then I email them um, their um, the new curriculum. They also have an online course. Do you want to see it? I can
Sure.
show it to you. Let's see here. I have to go over here. There
Now,
we
is
go.
this the online club course?
Yes, yeah, it's the actual
Okay.
club course. I'm gonna open it and then I'll bring you in so you can see it from their view. Um, and it's, yeah, here we go. Okay, let me come back to you now in Zoom. Let's see here. Share screen. Okay, here it comes. Okay, so this is the Wise Coach Club, and we talk about it's really a big warehouse of resources. Um, we have the Boss Mayor Journal, which is a 30-day journal. It's very much kind of um, inspired by cognitive behavioral therapy and
Mhm.
thought work, our thoughts creating our feelings creating our actions, and our actions creating our results. And so it's really a workbook or journal that helps them work towards whatever goal they have. It's kind of a fun journal. It's about 100 and so pages.
Wow.
I created some of this stuff before we ever started this club, and I'm like, what am I going to do with all this stuff? so so I started this club. We have different worksheets and journal pages. We have some free resources that I just hooked up in here from mindfulnessexercises.com as kind of a bonus. I created this site work sheet, so like if you wanted to have a reading program, this
Ah,
little worksheet and activity to identify your client support circle. We have decision making curriculum for teens, older children, and adults. If you've ever been on the fence about a decision, that's what that is. It's an activity to help someone come to terms or actually make a decision that they've been having a hard time with. Um, Go Ask Alice is an activity I created a long time ago that is all about, it's kind of also about decision making. It is because like Alice in Wonderland, remember the pill? One pill
Sure.
made her bigger, one made her
Yes.
small. So it's kind of an activity like that. We have an activity about getting older and life change. I sent this one out free. You probably got it in your email.
I
The
did. I
grief.
briefly saw that one. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So that one is in here too. The kids, horses and emotions. You saw part of that.
Right, right.
And friendship activity for elementary kids. This one's really cute. Let's see here. I'm gonna see if you can see it if I bring it up here. Can you see that?
I can. Yes.
You can't? Okay.
I
So
can. Yes.
these are cards that you can print off and laminate and use with your clients. Go over to the horse and see if you can become friends. Just some cute little things you can do with your clients. What makes a good friend? How can you be a better friend? So you have all kinds of things like this that I've created over the years that I have in the club. And let's see here. Are you still on that same page with the?
I am. Yes, the friendship activity, and we see the little girl with the chestnut there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Her
So
hair looks chestnut as well.
yeah.
Matches.
Ah, so cute. This is Casey. I have a client who pop-up trainings. This is Casey. Casey was, another fictional character that I created that we created a program based around addiction. That's the start. There isn't a full program because everyone wanted to pivot and go to this grief and loss. So we'll see if we come back and create a full addiction program.
And right
Yeah.
there, many people are in loss over a family member who is in addiction.
Oh, very true. Very true. These are all Darcy's recordings and the final curriculum. There's an LBTGQIA activity in here. That I must have that on draft because it's not showing. The program assessment I showed you, and there's this little craft. So we're adding to this all the time, and you also have a podcast that we are that we have up here for you, a private podcast that you can listen to when you can. The podcast you can actually access from any podcast app, and that's kind of a little bonus of the club. So we're having a really good time with it.
And where do you go to sign up for the club?
Okay.
No, where
you haven't been to our site yet.
No.
The site let me put it in the chat here. Probably be easiest. Where are you, chat? I swear every few minutes they change things around on me a little. Here we go. There you go. I just texted it over the
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Wise. No, Wise Life.
Wise Life Coach Academy. We also have certifications. We have a certification coming up in August, and we'll create a program in there too for you. I'll help you create a program for your main offer, signature program for your center using the tools. We'll teach you the WISE model, which is our model of coaching. And the club is really meant to support anybody who's doing the work or has an interest in the work with actual material. And then the certification gives you more tools in your toolbox. And part of that is also helping you create an online course if that's of interest to you in your practice, to kind of widen the number of people that you can serve.
Got it. Now, the certification course, I would imagine, is in person.
No, actually, it's all online. It's
Oh,
in, yeah, it's in Zoom. And kind of like this call is in Zoom. Yeah, it's all online. And then we do have kind of we probably will be offering them towards the end of the year or next summer after more people go through. We'll have some master certification with the horses that you can actually come and work with the horses in Standish, Michigan is where we usually have those. And you'll be able to actually present part of your program that you created in the certification. So that's really exciting. We're looking forward to that.
yeah, you're doing lots of great things out there.
Yeah, it's been so fun. I'm glad you could join us
Yes, well, again,
today.
I monopolized the call today,
Oh my
so
gosh, no, that's
you
really
know,
what the plan is to, serve whoever comes. And if no one comes, I just record myself and put that up instead. So
there you
no, we're
go.
happy to work with you whenever you do come, and hopefully we'll see you next Thursday.
Yes, and then okay, so your Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Saturdays is the club call, and that's
Correct.
every other one.
Yes, yes. And that would be
That
the next call would be next Saturday.
not this coming, the
Not
following, right?
correct. Correct.
The July 1st.
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
July
got it.
1st. Yeah.
Okay,
Gosh, that's sneaking up on me.
it is.
I can't believe that this month is already,
I know.
geez.
Just running through. It's like
Yeah.
it left the barn. We left the door
Yes.
open and he just kept going. But yes.
I'm feeling barn sour too, because
it-
I always have some grief and loss over the, summer end, but we're not
yes.
there yet. So
No.
yeah.
And so all the calls are approximately an hour, somewhere in like that.
Yes, the calls on Saturday are 2 hours.
Oh, 2 hours.
Yep. These are they're really, I thought that they would be a half hour, but they end up being about an hour because I'm long-winded.
Well, that's okay. You're at least interesting. At least you're not
I hope
torturing
so.
people by being long-winded and boring.
Yeah.
You're very fascinating. So, and very informative. So, so that's a good thing.
Oh, good. Well, I know you can't come Tuesday, but all the Tuesday tips are on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
And those links are being sent to email too. So I know that Alexis must be on the email list. So you're getting her
Yeah.
emails too, right? So
Well,
yeah.
it's because I'm with the companies. I'm with
Oh
both.
yeah.
Both organizations. One's a company, one's the organization. So I'm with the supplement company and also the sanctuary. So yes, so I don't. She doesn't even check the email. So I check
Oh
the
yeah.
email.
No, but if you can't make the Thursday
Tuesdays.
call or Tuesday calls, you can definitely catch the replay, and there should be a link in that email for you. And if you don't see one, just shoot me an email, just reply to any of
Okay.
the other millions that I send. I'm waking up my
Okay.
email list now, so you're getting lots of things from me probably.
Well, that's good. And I've marked you now.
Oh, good. I
Yes,
hope
she's
it's a
okay
good
then.
mark.
Yes. I mean, we get thousands of emails a day. It's
Oh
just
yeah.
we've just been around a very long time. So it's yes. So I've got you marked. So I'm looking for you. I will do that. I will find the club. And I think she's going to be very excited because she is just a little challenged at the moment. So, any place that I can and design something that, all these animals here are just, we need to do something with them. So
Right.
a kids program sounds great. A grief program sounds great, that we don't have to have
Yeah, you don't have
fully trained therapy horses,
Yeah, no.
the
And
liberty and this and
we
that.
create it all around, what you guys want. So if you come to the call, you have a voice in what is created. Not everyone comes to the call. Some people just want the curriculum. So if you want a voice, either email me what your thoughts are as the recordings come, back, because I always give you the recordings of the sessions and everything too. Otherwise, you'll just get a new curriculum every 6 weeks or so, every 4 to 6
Excellent.
weeks.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so very, very much.
Yeah, you
And
betcha.
you and yours have a lovely and blessed rest of the day and weekend, and I'll plan on seeing you next Thursday.
All right. I'll look forward to that.
Likewise. All right, my
Okay.
dear.
Bye-bye.
Cheerio. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.